Hello. Welcome to the Underground Gospel Show. I'm Knight, and this is episode 127. We've done 127 of these things now, and you need to, and I'm sorry, 1 second here because there's a little bit of technical difficulty going on. Believe that's going to be fine. Let me double check this. We'll hit save. It might work. It might have worked. It didn't work. Gosh darn it, it didn't work. I wonder how I can make that work. Oh, you know what I could do? I could do this. I just had a thought. It didn't do what I wanted it to. So hold on 1 second. You guys are like, okay, this is the worst show I've ever seen in my life. I should have had this all done before. If that will work. Let's see. That would be great if it did. I don't know if this is going to work or not. I'll hit save. I'll hit show. Yeah, okay. So be instrumental, and then it says nightmusic.com. So yeah, there it goes. We got it fixed. I'm excited. So once again, 3 minutes into the show, welcome to the Underground Gospel Show. My name is Knight, and this is a safe place. Pull up my housekeeping. There is no trolling. There is no swearing. Please don't swear. Even when I make mistakes like I just did, please do not swear. Please bless. Be a person who gives blessings. That your mouth is a fountain of blessings to people and not a curse into the world. So let's keep going. That should be a show. I think I did a show like that just recently. Anyway, if you like what you hear, remember to subscribe. You can hit the subscribe bell. You can hit the notification bell. You really don't need to notify yourself because I'm every Friday and Saturday night at 8 o'clock. We show the same show, and so this is 127 of these that I've done now. But we're on Twitch, Facebook Live, and YouTube Live. And Twitch, we're only on for that half an hour, and then we're gone forever. If you're on Facebook Live, well, you can see us for 40. Well, what is it? 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I was going to say 48 hours, but it's not 2 days. It's actually 2 weeks. And if you're on YouTube, we're on YouTube forever. So we're evergreen. We're there until they decide to kick us off. Which it's owned by Google, so we don't know. We have no idea what they're going to do. Anyway, let's see. If you support what I do, go to the tip code. The tip code's on that little scroll. If you go to nightmusic.com, you'll find the tip code. You'll also find that's night-music.com. You'll find show times and links and garments and lyrics if you want to learn the lyrics to the songs. I got to upload all the new lyrics for the new songs I'm going to be doing next year. That's going to be fun. And then contact emails. There's live show information for when we're doing live shows. I hope to go out in 2023 again and start playing live. I've just done a couple live shows in 2022. We did a few in 2021. And then I just been 22 has just been a whirlwind. We had a start out the year with an office in Murfreesboro, in Tennessee, and I wrote. Oh my gosh! I did a polish on 5 scripts. I wrote a script for a TV show. I wrote a pilot and 2 spec scripts and a manuscript. I converted one of my screenplays into a manuscript into a book, which I'll be selling to let you guys know in November through Christmas of this year. So it's a book about Mary and Joseph, and it's only going to be, I have a 6 week selling cycle, and so you'll hear more about that coming up. And so there'll be some information about it on the Underground Gospel Show, but it's probably going to be on my YouTube channel, my Facebook, and my Twitch channel. But to let you know, it will be probably from my iPhone and not from the recording studio. FYI, for your information. Okay, I don't sing, so God can speak directly to your heart. And plus, you really don't want to hear me sing. And there's sponsorship opportunities. Opportunities. Thank you, Diodario Strings. Thank you, Shure Microphone. Thank you, Breed Love Guitar. Let's see who else gives me stuff. GHS Fast Fret. I've been using this for I don't even want to know how long. 40 years, maybe. It's been a while, and it's one of my favorite. I don't know. I just love this stuff. It's castor oil, and it makes the strings feel good, and it keeps that that funny string noise because I don't lift my fingers. I'm done probably a completely improper player, but I have fun and I enjoy this and I love what I do. So there. In fact, that's what you should do in your life. To tell you, if you're ever wondering what should I do in my life, just do what you love doing and find a way to monetize it. Just that simple. Just that simple. If you'd like me to come to your church or your city or any events that you're doing, contact me at guitar4jesus at musician.org. You can find that at the website night-music.com. And I'll be glad to come on out there and serenade you personally. So there, that's what I got going on there. Let's see what we got as far as today's show. Oh my gosh, today's show is going to be so much fun because what it is it's actually brought to you by Proverbs 4:24, and there's a couple of versions of this. I'm going to read the one message, and it's keep vigilant watch over your heart because that's where life starts. It's also that you control your life with your words of your mouth. And so that's what I'm going to talk about. Today's show is about affirmations. Now, there's some people, and I'm not a big believer in sitting in the corner and dreaming of whatever and thinking it's going to come true. But as J. Paul Meyer said, if you, we'll get to this one in just a second, and it's one of the affirmations that we do every single day. I don't know that I've missed affirmations in decades. But a few years ago, this is really funny. A few years ago, I was at Easter service in LA at Hillsong Church. Why am I yawning? It's on my Hillsong Church, and I'm worshiping and praising. It's Easter, it's a CEO day, and so Christmas and Easter only. If you're not Christian, know what that is. Anyway, so it's a CEO day, and I'm worshiping, and God speaks to me. He says, "Art, I love it when you pray," and I'm like, "Yeah, cool," because I love praying, and so that's really a good thing. He said, Paula prays too. And I said, I didn't know that. She goes, yeah, she's dating you. So, of course, she's going to pray. I just gave you the name of my partner. Anyway, so your partner prays. And I said, really? I said, yeah, she's dating you. Of course she prays. I'm like, well, that's funny. And so God goes, why don't you guys pray together? I thought about it for a minute. Huh. I never thought about it because I pray unceasingly. I pray all the time, and I never thought about praying with my partner. So after the service, I called her and said, "Hey, how was your service?" She told me, "How was your service?" And I told her. And I said, God spoke to me during the service. And she goes, really? What did he say? He said, well, he told me that you pray. She goes, well, I date you. Of course I pray. And I'm like, I don't know what to think about that. Needless to say, I said, why don't we pray together? And you could hear over the phone go, huh, I never thought about it. So we started that night praying together. We pray every single evening. I think there's been 2 nights in 5 years we haven't prayed together because we were fighting. True. Anyway, but the truth of the matter is that every morning we do affirmations, and our day just doesn't start right unless we do affirmations. And the series of affirmations that we have come from a few different people. First one is Steve Harvey, and I was reading Steve Harvey's book, and about the first 8 of these affirmations come straight out of Steve Harvey's one of his books, where he talks about the fact that he does affirmations and he's done them every year for 50 years. Um, and he contributes his success specifically to his affirmations. He starts his day with his mind in the right place, guarding his heart. Then the second group of affirmations I have, about the next third, came from the book The Artist's Way by Julia. Oh, come on, get her name right. It's not Julia Chapman. It's Julia. Oh my goodness, not Julia Childs. Well, come to me in a second. It always does. But the second comes from The Artist's Way, and that's where the next third of them come from. And it's about the creativity that both her and I share. Now, to let you know, I'm an actor, as you know, probably, and a writer in Los Angeles. I'm a musician here in Nashville, and I wrote a book that I'll be releasing over Christmas, and I have another book that I've been planning to write for a few months, for a few years, to tell you the truth, but it's been over a decade that's been brewing in me, trying to come out. She's written a children's book and she's a published author. She also runs a very successful business. She's also an actress. She also runs a multi-level networking company. And so when you put it all together, we both are typically involved individuals. We don't have a lot of downtime. There's not a lot of times like, what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? Oh, I don't know. What do you want to do? In fact, in those times, we have a list of things we can do. So it's like, where do you want to eat? I don't know. Where do you want to eat? Where do you want to eat? I don't know. Where do you want to eat? We actually have a list of restaurants we love eating at. There are our go-to restaurants. If there's a new restaurant, we'll try it out, and it either goes on the list or it doesn't go on the list. If it doesn't go on the list, don't expect to see us there a lot, because we don't go to a new restaurant unless you're a brand new restaurant we've never been at. If we've been there and we had a bad experience, we're probably not ever going back. I know it might have been one bad experience, but there's too many restaurants out there. Now, the first thing that we do in our affirmations, I just want to check this to make sure that I'm going good and I don't have any like errors or slowed down or any of that, network gobbledygook. But the one thing that we do at the beginning of every year is we name our year. And so this year is the year of lavish. Now, you might look and go, well, he doesn't look like he's lavished. I mean, you would think lavish is being, I don't know what you see when you think of the word lavish, but it's been kind of, we've had good times and bad times this year, definitely. Got a lot of stuff done, but the income hasn't been that we could lavish ourselves the way we would like to, as far as thinking about exquisite and expensive accoutrements. But it's that lavish in the fact that we speak to each other with lavish. Um, we are lavish in our praise, lavish in our compliments, lavish in the things that we say to each other, the ways that we talk to each other, what we believe for each other. And so our first affirmation is, this is the year of lavish. The next one is that we're abundantly, generously blessed and favored. The next one is, God does do exceedingly and abundantly above all that we ask or think, because we honor him. Now, I went through these and I put them all on a spreadsheet on my phone, on Google Docs, Google Sheets. And then I went through and changed them all from the word I, preposition I, to we. And I put it as, two person, because we say these together. Usually I say them and she repeats them. So the next one is, his blessings chase us down and overtake us. And once again, we're talking about God here, and his blessings chase us down and overtake us. Then I say that we're at the right place at the right time, and we always are. Also, people go out of their way to be good to us, and it's amazing, folks, how good people are. And you know that. I mean, hopefully they're as good to you as they are to us. Um, we're surrounded by God's favor, and we were born to do this. In fact, I'm going to put all these affirmations in the show notes at the bottom. so that you'll have a copy of them if you want them. God has plans for us, and it's really cute. She's Southern, so she always changed. God has plans for us. That God's got plans for us. And remember, plans is plural. It's not singular. So if you think, well, God's plan for my life, what's God's plan for my life? He doesn't have a plan for your life. He has plans for your life, and they're plural. And we are more than conquerors. And our dreams can become our realities. We are one phone call away from millions of dollars, and that call is coming. And you know what? By the time you hear this call might have come in because, I'm just waiting to sell screenplays and we're ready to do movies and we have agents and attorneys working for us. So it's kind of cool. We do produce good fruit. And every once in a while, I'll say we do produce good fruit and vegetables, but actually, we do produce good fruit. And life happens for us, not to us. Now, that one I got from Tony Robbins. That came from Tony Robbins, and it's like life happens for us, not to us. Because so many people think life's against me, life happens to me. This always going to be bad, and I'm like, no, life happens for us. You got to get through this, and you're going to find the blessing. And we know the things we know. Now that comes from oh my gosh, I cannot think of Julia's last name, who wrote The Artist's Way. Now this next one is Paul J. Myers. I love this one. Whatever we vividly imagine, ardently desire, sincerely believe, and enthusiastically act upon must inevitably come to pass. And I'm going to break this apart for just a second. Because whatever we vividly imagine is what we create. It creates in our mind first. Ardently desire is where the affirmations come into. We speak it every single day so we continue to desire it. We sincerely believe it's going to happen. Otherwise, it would just come off the affirmations. If we didn't believe in it, there's no reason to chase after it. And enthusiastically act upon it, which means we're doing something about it. Do you remember the part where I said that I'm an actor and a writer in LA and I have a manuscript and I wrote all these scripts so far this year and did a polish on them and I'm doing 127 live streams and you heard some of the stuff I'm doing and that my partner has a book that she's published and a multi-level business that she's building and she's an actress also works all the time. Her and I together have been in hundreds of TV shows, motion pictures, and I'm like, she's been in 2 Brad Pitt movies. And so we're kind of, we're not the most famous people you've ever heard of, but my pastor one time told me that I'm the most famous person nobody's ever heard of. So there you go. And that they must inevitably come to pass because we act on them, we believe on them, we speak them, we created them in our mind, we know what we're heading towards, we have a goal, and we're striving towards it. Now we're back to the artist's way. We trust in our guides. By trusting, we learn to trust. We accept God's help unfolding in our lives, and we now treat ourselves and our creativity more generously. Our creativity helps others, and creativity is a blessing we accept. We have the right to be creative people. And God, you take care of the quality, and we'll take care of the quantity. Sometimes I look at him and go, man, is he really going to take care of the quality of some of these recordings that I do? Because it's like, I don't know if I would want to listen to them, but I do. I watch him when I'm down. Anyway, I always, this one came from Darren Hardy, my mentor, and he was talking about the brain and that the brain has 2 parts. You have the part that thinks and the part that proves. You have the thinker thinks and the prover proves. And what does the prover prove? What the thinker thinks. So if you think about something, your brain will come to either prove it or disprove it. And if you think about times that it's actually happened to you before, you can use that as justification that it can happen to you again. And because it proves to you that it happened again. Now, this is one that I made up, and it's an affirmation because of who we actually are. And that is that we're a wealthy, successful, famous it couple and travel the world. So it's kind of a mini log line to who I want to see us become. We want to be wealthy and have not so much that we, forget about God, But with that, we can just enjoy and bless other people, and just have a fundamentally good life. We want to be successful, which means accomplish our goals and our dreams. Do what we want when we want for the people we want to do it for. That's our definition of success. We want to be famous. I mean, I love the fact walking into places and waitresses running up and giving us hugs, giving me a hug, or giving my partner a hug, because they're so happy to see us come into the restaurant. My brother one time he went out and he goes, I've been going to the same restaurant for 15 years. Nobody knows my name. You walk in and they bring you what you're drinking. They don't even ask you for your order because they know what you're going to order. They hug you and they're just like, I don't understand it. You've only been in this town for 2 years and these people treat you like you're like a long lost cousin. And I'm like, yes, because we're in it couple. Anyway, and we travel the world, and this is actually true. I've been around the world, and so has she. Come to think of it, she's been in Europe quite a few times, and so we both are world travelers. We have yet to travel it together, though, and we're looking forward to that. And we say that, and this pertains to you. This pertains to you out there who's listening to this right now, because there's a tribe of super fans. They'll find us, and we'll find them, and somehow you found us, and somehow we found you. So thank you for being a fan of the Underground Gospel Show. And then we end up by saying our life is good, and I am loved by you, and I am loved, of course, by her, and that I love you because, can you ever say that too much? This is our declaration. And then there's three things that we're grateful for at the bottom. We always put in grateful for fill in the blank. That's something that you're grateful for. Every day it's something different because every day there's new blessings and new reasons to be grateful. We're grateful for something in our health. Um, when you get a little older, you have things that start happening. It might be a hip, might be a knee, might be a tooth, might be a hearing, might be a stroke, it might be all kinds of, who knows what it's going to be. Needless to say, we say grateful that we're grateful for something that's going on in our life. And then we say that we're grateful for something might sound materialistic, but it is something material in our world. We're usually thankful for our cars, for a house, for a housing, for our dog, for our dog is just, we have the most amazing dog ever. Grateful for the place that we live and for the fact that we get to travel around and do the things that we do and share our gifts with other people, our creativity with other people. Ah, I need more sleep and or more coffee. But anyway, so that's what our last one is grateful for something materialistic. And I'm sorry, but I hate to say that I'm materialistic. I'm not a material girl, but I do enjoy nice things. This is the year of lavish. And if we can't if we can't be appreciative of the things that we have, we're never going to be able to have more. And when I say have more, that's not exactly more for us, but it's also more for us that we can share because you want to fill up the cup and have the cup run over and fill up the saucer and the saucer run over and fill up the world. And that's basically our affirmations. We do them every single morning. Now, I know that we've missed praying probably twice. I think it's only twice in like the past 4 years. Affirmations, I don't know that we've ever missed them. I mean, we've never missed affirmations. We always make up in the morning and say our affirmations. It's part of what we do. Anyway, so that's Proverbs feeding our mind. And so let's end this with a couple songs here. We're going to have, this is just going to be a fun jam session. So this is a song called Forever, and it's Forever God is Faithful. And we'll get over here. It's written by Chris Tomlin, I believe. Don't know where those notes came from. So thank you very much for tuning in to the Underground Gospel Show. God just spoke to my heart about some things I'm going to be doing next year. So back to the planning board, and whatever we um, conceive and enthusiastically. You think I'd know these after doing them for literally years. But whatever we oh my gosh, really? Whatever we vividly imagine and sincerely believe, enthusiastically act upon, will inevitably come to pass. So, anyway, you guys have a wonderful week. God bless you. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you next week here on the Underground Gospel Show. Let's go back over here, run the ending credits. Have a wonderful week, y'all. Bye bye.